I originally didn't even want to make this into a video, but I played in an insane chess tournament yesterday where I made a kid cry after the first round, and for the third round I played one of the craziest games I've ever played in my life. So yeah, well, for the first round, I'll just go over that position real quick, but basically this was the endgame and we were both in big time trouble, and I blundered and then he blundered and then I blunder again, and I thought I was winning here because I was up a pawn and now I'm pushing, and apparently here I'm winning, but earlier it was drawn. And then here he kind of looked relieved, and then after I played this move he just kind of started like wiping his eyes and like tearing up a little bit because I mean he flagged here, but you can't stop rook d1, and so I'm just winning here. And then this game, this was one of the most insane games I've ever played in my life, and we'll just go over it step by step. So for a little bit of context, I've played this guy twice before in a similar tournament setting, and he's beaten me both of those times. So I was playing for a lot. I was playing for not only the point, but also my ego and my pride. So every single time I've been white and we've gone into this exact opening, this queen f3 variation of the Taimanov, and he plays this early b5 move, and I have looked at this a lot specifically for him, and so I was very prepared in this line. And yeah, knight f6, I have to play a3 to stop b4, and then h5, h4, this is all theory, and then here knight g4 is a move that I was not expecting, and I wasn't really sure what to do here. So I was also like 15 minutes late for this round because I was on my lunch break and I just felt like finishing my food. So I was already at a big time disadvantage, and so I spent even more time here, and so in this position I might have been around 30 minutes left and he maybe has around an hour left. So not great off the bat, but you know, my position is fine, and engine actually says it's plus 0.5, so yeah, here f3 is theory, kind of, and then I blunder with long castle because, you know, I think I've long castled and get against this guy in every game we've played, and it usually doesn't go out great, but I just wanted to have a dynamic game and I'm a tactical player, so I just felt like long castling was fine. But apparently he has this knight d3 move, and after he can just play a5 is what engine is saying, and I guess this is just a very strong attack because, yeah, actually I missed this because b4 is coming, and if I play king b1 he's still playing this, and now, yeah, I'm probably screwed here, so that's not great. But anyways, he did not find that he could just take on d3, and he played rook b8 trying to play b4, and now this is looking a lot better for me because now the attack is way less scary. And I play f4 because I'm just trying to get some counterplay. I was considering playing knight e2 in this position just to open attack here, but that doesn't really do anything. So f4 with the idea to play f5. Engine doesn't love it, but should be fine. And knight g4 isn't a great move because honestly I have no idea what the engine is thinking. I have analyzed this game earlier and it's just completely insane what the engine is trying to do. So I'll do my best to explain it in terms of like human knowledge, but I just don't know what the engine is saying. f5 is apparently a mistake, but I think for this game it was a very good move because it just kind of gives me some counterplay and kind of opens up the center a little bit, which is exactly what I want to do if I'm being attacked on the queen side. Yeah, queen b6, just very normal move. So this is technically a fork because he's forking the f2 square and the b2 square, but I thought that if I play b2 and if he goes knight e2, knight f2, I just have this bishop e3. But this doesn't work because of obviously there's this, because he's attacking my queen at the end of this, and so that's why bishop e3 doesn't work. And I thought here I was just losing material because I just have to move my rook and I let him take this. But then I realized that his rook is trapped. So let's say he goes to a4, I just go here, and now this is a fork, so I'm winning material here. And if he goes here, I originally thought that I had bishop e3, but this doesn't work because there is this move, and now I'm losing. So I have to play bishop f3, or sorry, bishop c3 is what I thought I had to do. But apparently the engine thinks that the best move is knight c3, which I literally have no idea why this is the best move. I cannot tell you what the 3000 ELO engine is thinking, but from a human perspective, I guess bishop c3 is fine because it simply just wins material. Or I thought I won material, and then he played bishop b5, and now I'm again losing in exchange. So once I finally thought that I equalized, I'm suddenly losing an exchange, which isn't great, but in the first game I played against him, I won an exchange and I went on to lose that game. And this is kind of the opposite. Now I'm down in exchange, but I don't see this pretty comfortable with my position after knight e3 and knight d5, because now I feel like the relative value of this knight is like 8 points or something, and this rook is literally staring at a brick wall. So he can't do anything with this rook. This bishop is basically forced back. Yeah, he played here he played bishop f8, which, I mean, it just defends this, but yeah, I'm just confused because here Engine saying bishop a5 is again the best move, but I literally, you see here in this line I have no other moves because I cannot explain why Engine wants me to play bishop a5. I literally am clueless, but if someone knows why bishop a5 is good, please let me know. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I played queen g3 and bishop f8 just defends the pawn, and then I played queen f2 trying to get into a7, and so he stops that with queen b7. Now I play bishop a5, and my idea is to bring my knight here and my queen here to just double attack and win this a6 pawn, which was a pretty decent idea, I guess. And as soon as his bishop stops guarding this though, I go back and attack g3, and it's important noting here that in this position we're both in time trouble, so maybe I have around 5 minutes and he has around 10 minutes, but it's just we're both playing pretty quickly. So he goes king f8 to guard his pawn, which kind of makes sense. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to guard this pawn, so it doesn't really matter. I go back to c2, and now I go back to g3 after he plays f6. I think f6 is an extremely bad move, because actually I'm giving that a mistake, because now I have this maneuver where I can go knight c7 and knight e6, and this knight here is just, this knight improves its relative value to maybe 10 points. This knight, I love this knight so much. f6, queen g3, and queen d7. So now I go for this maneuver where I switch my knight from d5 to e6. Now this knight is much stronger and it hits g7 too. So I'm threatening a mate on g7, so he goes bishop f8 to stop that. And then now I'm just trying to do anything here. I maybe have like 10 seconds left, but there's 5-second increment. So I'm just playing as fast as I can, and I'm just playing whatever moves seem good. And so my idea was with this move is just to threaten this, and also my plan here was to go queen d3 to attack this and potentially go queen d5 to line up a discovery on the king. So he guards this f6 square from my bishop, and now I go for my idea. Queen d3, threatening queen d5 and queen a6, and he stops both of those, but now I go queen c3, and now my idea is to simply go into the back rank. So he plays this, and this symbol just means time trouble, and oops, oh my god, I think I do that like every time. Yeah, he plays queen b7, and now we're both in time trouble, but I just line up the discovery here, and he just tries to trade here. I don't have any like knight f4 ideas, because even though I'm checking him, he can just take the checker, so it doesn't do anything. I go into his back rank, which is very strong, and here Engine says it's +2 because after I take this pawn, whatever he does, I just line up this, queen f7, and all I have to do is push my b pawn. If I just push my b pawn, just go b4, b5, b6, b7, b8 queen, I just win the game. There's nothing he can do about this. All of his pieces are tied down. This knight is worth 11 points. It's just impossible for him to stop this, and I don't know why I didn't play this in the game, but I just didn't see this. I played queen d5 because I mean I was kind of scared of him playing d5 himself, so that's probably why. And here I can still play b4, b5, b6, b7, b8 queen and win the game because this knight is still worth 11 points. But I miss that, and I go bishop c7, and once the bishops come off, he kind of untangles a little bit, and I just really needed to keep these bishops on, keep my bishop on d8, and now all of his pieces are tied down. His rook literally has no squares, his queen is tied down defending this bishop, and this knight is worth 20 points, so I can just freely push my pawn and promote. But yeah, I trade off the bishops, and I just give a check. I keep giving checks, and here we agree to a draw when we both have 5 seconds left on the clock, because I don't feel like this is worth risking a loss for when I just have a draw against a high rated opponent. But yeah, this is just crazy game. In the moment, it was even more crazy. We're blitzing out every move, and I just didn't have any time to think about any of my decisions, and I didn't even consider the possibility of pushing this B pawn. But if I had done so, I definitely would have won this, and I probably would have won the tournament. But oh well, it is what it is, and this was just a crazy game. And this tournament, I made a kid cry, so I'm actually very proud of that. And okay, thanks. Bye bye.